If you've got an email list that you haven't touched for months or potentially even a year or more, this video is for you. Maybe you built the list up, you got busy and you just stopped sending to it. Or maybe you inherited a list from a brand that you acquired. Or maybe you just sent inconsistent emails out, you saw the engagement kind of drop, and then you just kind of put it aside altogether. Well, my team and I have built and managed email and SMS marketing programs for over 70 brands, and we've generated them over $10 million directly from those email and SMS marketing systems. And we have done this list rewarming process on lists as small as 5,000 people and as high as about 300,000 people. And these are people that they haven't mailed in as much as like 6 to 24 months, sometimes even longer than that. So this is where the real money is made in your list. You just need to know how to warm them up properly and then how to market to them to actually capture the revenue that's been just sitting there for so many months in a row not being captured. And by the end of watching this video, you'll be able to go and implement exactly that and capture all that revenue. Let's jump in. The first and most important thing to remember here is that most lists don't really decay from just one. It's a very slow decay that happens from sending to everybody every single time with no real engagement filter or difference based on what type of segment or buying history that they have with your company. And so when we're looking at why your list actually died or burnt out in the first place, it's because these email platforms like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, whatever it is, score your sender reputation based on engagement, and low open rates essentially signal to those platforms that recipients don't want your emails. Metrics like low click rates or high spam complaint rates or high unsubscribe rates do the same thing. And then once your reputation drops, these emails start to land in spam, even for your best buyers who do actually want to hear. And so just for you watching this, in some cases, you'll have this issue where your actual email deliverability start to burn out. And then you'll have the other people, which might also be you watching this, where your deliverability was fine. You were landing in the primary tab and getting good, open and click metrics, but you just stopped sending to people altogether, and you want to make sure that you warm them back up properly. Everything else we're about to cover here covers both of those situations. So now let's get into the actual re-engagement process. I'm going to keep this as direct and actionable as possible. So first things first, you never want to start a re-engagement campaign with your full inactive list. You will burn your domain and you will not be in a good place. We want to start with the most active people and most relevant people to the brand, which is going to be your buyers, and then we want to work our way down from there. So for example, the most engaged people on your actual list are going to be the buyers who have opened or clicked an email in whatever the most recent time frame was. So for example, if the last time you sent an email out was 4 months ago, then we want to take the batch of buyers who clicked or opened an email at least one time in that 30-day window when you were last sending emails out. If you have a list and you pretty much never sent to them, then you can just go based on the buyers alone. And then in terms of the content that you want to run for this first group, it should be very value-based and trust-focused. We are not just slinging out discounts or hard selling them. We just want to build trust, get them to engage, and give them something that they'll actually care about in terms of the actual content itself. So that could be some sort of new or recently new release. It could be some behind the scenes thing. Just the goal is to get an open and a click, not necessarily conversion. And the other important thing to keep in mind here is that we want to break these groups out into chunks. So ideally, each chunk of people that you send to in each email is about 1 to 5,000 people total. If your list is on the smaller side, getting them in batches of 1,000 is fine. But if you have like 100 to 500,000 plus people on the email, then you can do these in batches of 5,000, maybe even as high as like 10,000 if your list is really big. And the target benchmarks that we're looking for here is a minimum of a 40% open rate and at least a 0.5% click rate. If one chunk that you're sending to hits those numbers, then it's healthy. We want to put it off to the side. We can use those people and send to them regularly moving forward. If a chunk doesn't hit those numbers, you'll have certain people that will be engaged, but then those people that are unengaged will either have to re-attack them with another campaign in the future or potentially suppress them. And then once you get that data in from those buyer lists, we'll want to tier outward in this order. First is the most recent buyers and the people who have been active on the site recently. You can use your Klaviyo metrics like active on site, for example, to look at these things. Second is older buyers. So these are people who have purchased, but it's just been a while. Third is people who added a product to their cart or started checkout because they've shown strong intent, but they haven't actually made a purchase. Fourth is people who have viewed a product. Again, all of these metrics are available in Klaviyo via your integration with Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, or whatever your e-commerce platform is. And then the fifth level out is people who have been active on the site, but just not quite recently. So they've had some level of engagement on the site. They ended up on the email list, but they haven't converted yet. And then that sixth chunk is gonna be the fully inactive people that didn't fall into any of those other categories. And your goal here while you do this is to evaluate each tier before you move on to the next one. And overall, we just wanna put content in front of them that gets as many of those people across these different chunks to convert into engaged subscribers as possible. Now, obviously there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. If you do want a team like us who's already done this countless times for brands like yours, you can click the top link in the description to check us out, get some information on the services that we provide, and then book in a call with us. If you do that, then we'll jump on, we'll talk about specifically what's going on with your list and see how we can get that re-engaged for you and also potentially turn it into a high converting, high revenue producing list for you moving forward. Talk soon, hit that top link in the description if you'd like that. But now let's continue on. The last thing that you want to keep in mind as you break the list out into these chunks and test their engagement is you do not want to keep sending to lists that have less than a 10% open rate. If your open rates on these chunks start to look like, 15%, 12%, down to 8%, 5%, whatever, these terrible open rates, then all you're doing is burning your domain and really hurting your chances of actually re-engaging other lists in the future. So obviously without actually speaking to you, it's hard to give an example specific to you. But let's say you have a list of 40,000 people. Let's say you send to about 10,000 of them. That first batch of 5,000 got really strong metrics and you hit that 40% open rate and that 0.5% click rate benchmark. But then that last group of 5,000 that you sent to most previously, the open rates dropped dramatically down to like, an 8% average, let's say. If you're doing the chunk method the way that I'm explaining it and you're starting at the most active people and working your way back, it's likely that all the people that would come after that are even less engaged than that. And we do not want to be sending to groups of people that are only gonna get us 5, 10%, 15% open rates. So in this case, you have a decision to make. You can either risk your domain health and then send to them anyways to see if they're engaged, or you can essentially just suppress them right away. By no means am I giving you any sort of legal advice in terms of like suppressing people from your list or anything like that, but that's an informed decision that you have to make yourself. Essentially what you have to do is ask yourself, do I want to suppress these people and not risk my domain health burning and just start over with this fresh list of people that are already engaged? Or do I want to risk my domain health, send to these people, and essentially try to bring them back to life so that I can have as many people as possible on that engaged list, even if it means getting really bad open rates and hurting the domain health? That's a decision for you to make based on your situation. But this segues us perfectly into my last and most important point here, which is that your list size really means nothing. The real thing that matters is the health of that list. So to give you a really good example of this, we literally have had clients with a 50,000 person email list that pulls in $200,000 to $300,000 per month consistently. That's not just a Q4 number, that's consistently throughout the year. And we've had other clients that'll have 2 to 3 times that list size that only bring in about like $40,000 to $50,000 a month from that list. Not because the email marketing was bad, but because the list quality just wasn't as good. And so obviously the difference there was not necessarily the list size, it was the health of that list. And so when you're thinking about why you'd want to suppress unengaged contacts, there are 2 core reasons. Number 1, your deliverability. You don't want to be sending to people who are clearly inactive and unengaged because it's going to show those platforms that I mentioned earlier, like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, etc., that your sending ability is poor to those people. Your open rates drop, your sender reputation goes down, and you're more likely to land in spam. The second reason is cost, because you have to pay a fee to these platforms like Klaviyo in order to run email and SMS marketing. And the lower your list, or the smaller your list is, the less you're paying them. Now, let's say you finished this rewarming process and now we want to keep the list healthy moving forward. All you want to do here is set up a Sunset Unengaged Flow. This is a flow that runs automatically in the background so that at the end of each month, you can take the people that have shown and proved themselves to be inactive and just suppress them from the list. So this flow essentially acts as a constant ongoing filtering mechanism to take out all the people who are inactive and should not be on your email list. The flow is very simple. The trigger of the flow should be when people join the segment that defines what unengaged looks like for your, and then you want to run a short like 2 to 5 email sequence. The whole theme of those emails is trying to re-engage these people and get them to engage again with you as an email sender. And if they get to the end of that flow without actually engaging with any of those emails, they get a profile property that labels them as unengaged, which adds them to a suppression segment. And then at the end of each month, you suppress everybody that's in that segment. So with that being said, most people, most brands just focus on growing their list. The brands that are actually winning are focusing on the quality and health of their lists, which is why I highly recommend running this tiered re-engagement process for your list if your list is currently dead or if the deliverability of your email marketing is just not good. And if you want us to handle this for your brand, since we've done it so many times for so many different brands and so many different niches, you can hit the top link in the description. We'll essentially jump on a quick call, talk about what your current brand is seeing in terms of the list size, the list quality, what the list history looks like, and we will map out and a full re-engagement process dedicated, custom to your brand. And then after that re-engagement process is done, we can talk about what the ongoing service would look like to continue making this a high revenue channel for your brand. So hit the top link in the description to get access to that call with me so that we can go over that together. And if you got value from this video, hit the like button, subscribe. I have a video popping up on the screen here with a full course on email and SMS marketing, since that's kind of the next step once your list is actually grown, engaged, and running properly. See you in the next one. Talk soon.